Orange Democratic Movement is set to hold a special prayers for former Prime Minister Raila Odinga as he prepares to vie for the position of a chairperson of the African Union Commission. According to ODM Director of Communications Philip Itali, the prayers will take place at the Bomas of Kenya ahead of the election scheduled for Saturday in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. Raila faces competition from Djibouti's Mohamed Yusuf and Madagascar's Richard Randriamandrato. To secure the position, he needs support from 2/3 of the 55 African Union member states, translating to at least 33 votes. Should Raila succeed, he will replace Charles Musa Faki as AUC chairperson, taking on the responsibilities of leading the commission and driving transformative change across Africa.
Pearl Newsbeat.
Meanwhile, Wiper Party leader Kalonzo has urged Azimio Moja coalition leaders to take up the majority position in a parliament following a High Court ruling that declared that Kenya Kwanza is not the House's majority. The three-judge bench in its ruling on Friday determined that President William Ruto's Kenya Kwanza coalition could not claim majority status. Kalonzo now insists that Azimio should occupy the leadership position pending formal changes in the House.
Na Jumanne bunge likianza kazi shughuli, on Tuesday mwende mukae mahali ya majority in the National Assembly, because mahakama imesema hawa jamaa walinyakua, yani wakafanya artificial majority na wamepatikana kwanza mchana na mahakama hakimu watatu wakatoa uamuzi kwamba the majority sio Kenya Kwanza, majority ni Azimio coalition.
Kalonzo also announced plans to spearhead a political campaign aimed at unseating Ruto in the 2027 general election, criticizing the president's leadership and pointing to growing discontent among Kenyans.
Pearl Newsbeat.
Former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua has announced plans to launch a new political party in May 2025 aimed at unseating President William Ruto in the 2027 general election. Releasing an interim report on his public consultations since his impeachment, Gachagua offered limited details on the new political vehicle, citing concerns about potential sabotage. In a sharp critique of Ruto's leadership within the United Democratic Alliance, Gachagua accused the president of betrayal and exclusion despite Mount Kenya's role in his election victory.
Na ndio baadaye nitatoa ile mwelekeo kamili, lakini kwa sababu nimesikiza Wakenya sana kuanzia mwezi wa 11 hasa kutoka eneo hili la Mlima Kenya, tunataka leo tufanye ile inaitwa housekeeping, tusungumuze mambo ile tumesungumuza hapa kama eneo la Mlima Kenya. Baadaye nitaendelea na mazungumzo na Wakenya kutoka sehemu zingine zote, alafu baadaye nitakuja kutoa ile mwelekeo ya mwisho, lakini kwa leo niko na ile interim report na kuna mwelekeo tutatoa kiasi fulani hasa ya watu ya Mlima Kenya na siasa yetu tukiendelea mbele.
President William Ruto's executive order waiving vetting requirements for citizens in northeastern border counties seeking identification documents has sparked mixed reactions, including criticism from the Orange Democratic Movement. ODM interim leader Peter Anyang' Nyong'o announced on Sunday that party members will raise the matter in Parliament when sessions resume. Speaking during an ODM Western Region convention, Nyong'o expressed concerns over the impact of the directive on border residents' freedoms, suggesting the president should have consulted county governments.
Nobody, even the president, can imagine that you can create laws that govern movement across the borders, which makes it very difficult for the people who live in a county there to have their freedom and their protection. I'm a civil. So I'd like MPs to go to Parliament and make it very clear that any move by anybody, I don't want to mention names, to begin confusing citizenship on our borders when we know these are our counties and make problem for any county which is a border county is completely unconstitutional.
Trans Nzoia Governor George Natembeya also criticized the move, warning of potential security risk, including the infiltration of individuals from outlawed groups who called misuse identification documents.
Wale watu ambao wamekamata machifu wetu sasa watapewa vitambulisho ya Kenya freely, watapewa. Sasa wakitoka pale wakienda kuteka nyara watu wengine wakikamatwa watakuwa wamebeba ID nani ya Kenya. Watakuwa wanasema wa Kenya wamekuwa watu kuteka nyara watu. These things ziko na serious security implication. Sio kitu ya kufanya kiholela namna hii. Itafika mahali hawa watu watakuja kwa wingi, hata MCA atachaguliwa, hata MP atachaguliwa, hata governor atachaguliwa, hata msukuchua president atachaguliwa na atakuwa mgeni, atakuwa Mkenya.
And across borders, Namibia's first president, Sam Nujoma, and a key figure in the country's liberation struggle, has died at the age of 95 in a Windhoek, the nation's capital. According to an announcement by Namibia's current leader, Nujoma was instrumental in the fight for Namibia's independence from South Africa, helping to establish the Southwest Africa's People Organization SWAPO in the 1960s. After leading the country to independence in 1990, he became its first president, serving until 2005. Even after retiring as head of state, Nujoma continued to lead the SWAPO until 2007, marking 47 years at the helm of the ruling party. His death has been met with a widespread grief, with many Namibians paying tribute to him as a father of the nation and a symbol of unity and independence.
Pearl Radio, the home of fresh and classic hits.